Diogenes stood in front of a brothel, shouting, "A beautiful prostitute is like poisoned honey." The men entering the house threw him 1 or 2 coins to make him be quiet. Eventually, Diogenes had collected enough money, and he also entered the brothel. Diogenes was asked why he always begged. To teach people. Oh yes, and what do you teach them? Generosity. Plato considered Diogenes' behavior as a street dog, unfit for someone who called himself a philosopher. You truly live up to your name. By the gods, you are right for once, Plato. And, baring his teeth, added, "But at least I have sunk my teeth into philosophy." Diogenes of Sinope, also known as Diogenes the Cynic, was a philosopher and notable figure in ancient Greece. Born in 412 BC in Sinope, a Greek colony on the coast of the Black Sea, Diogenes challenged social conventions and became one of the most intriguing and controversial philosophers of his time. Numides. His lifestyle and teachings defied established norms, and his anecdotes and provocations left an indelible mark on the. Diogenes was known for his disdain for material comforts, living in poverty, and rejecting conventional social norms. He adopted an ascetic way of life, carrying only the essentials and divesting himself of any superfluous possessions. Tacitus. It is said that he lived in a barrel, and his rejection of social norms and his pursuit of authenticity led him to be considered. Diogenes challenged the powerful and influential figures of his time, critically examining the ideas of renowned thinkers such as Plato and rejecting established social conventions. Through his actions and words, he sought to question notions of virtue, happiness, and the true purpose of life. His teachings, though often controversial and provocative, invite reflection and the questioning of our own beliefs and values. In this presentation, we will explore the life, anecdotes, and teachings of Diogenes the Cynic, delving into the challenging and unconventional philosophy that characterized him. Through his words and actions, we will uncover the subversive ideas and the search for authenticity that defined this remarkable Greek philosopher. In winter, Diogenes would demonstrate his profound resilience, embracing an austere way of life even in harsh conditions. In summer, he would roll in the hot sand. He did this to toughen himself against discomfort. But aren't you exaggerating a bit? Of course. I am like a choir conductor who has to sing louder than the others to get the right note. Diogenes was collecting figs and had just filled his bag when a stranger approached him on the road. "Don't touch this fruit. A man hanged himself from the tree the other day. Thus I purify the tree." The tree. Astonished, the man stood there in awe as Diogenes walked away. What? Diogenes was asked, "What is the difference between life and death?" There is no difference. Because there is no difference. Often, when begging, people passing by would spit on Diogenes. Diogenes would ignore this and simply wipe his face with his sleeve. "If men endure getting wet by the sea to catch a mere sardine, shouldn't I endure being splashed to get my dinner?"